Assalamu alaikum everyone. How are you? Hopefully you are enjoying good health. In this video we are going to learn about the water cycle. The water cycle completes in four stages. These are evaporation, condensation, precipitation and collection. About the evaporation we have studied already in our first term that changing of a liquid into the gas is called evaporation. When a liquid will change into the gas after boiling, it can be after boiling or it can be without boiling. So that is called evaporation. And condensation is the reverse process of evaporation. These four stages will happen, then the water cycle will be completed. But before moving to these four stages, we should must know about the water cycle. As in previous lessons, we discussed about that the movement of the water from the earth to the atmosphere and then back to the earth is called water cycle. So let's learn one by one all these four stages and how the water keeps cycling, keeps circulating from the earth to the atmosphere and then from atmosphere back to the earth. So first of all, if we look at the figure, this figure is also explaining about the water cycle, how a water cycle happens. Like the collection is involved, the water is collected, then it gets evaporated by the heat of the sun. Then the heat of the sun, uh, this evaporated water will make clouds, and when the cloud become heavy enough and pass through a cold place, they will condense and will come down as precipitation, this rain. So this process is called precipitation. So the very first stage is evaporation. Evaporation occurs when the sun heats up the water in rivers or lakes or the ocean and turns it into water vapor or steam. The water vapor or steam leaves the river, lake or ocean and goes into the air, as you have seen in the previous slides. Here will involve from the sea, from the river, from the lake, the evaporation will happen by the heat of the sun. This picture also explains about that, how the water will change into the water vapor and then will make the clouds. Then the second stage is condensation. When the water vapors spread in the atmosphere, so condensation occurs. Condensation occurs when the water vapor or steam in the air gets cooled and changes from a gas back into the liquid. After the condensation, clouds are made. You can see this process in this diagram, that the evaporated water after condensation will make clouds. And then the third stage is precipitation. Precipitation occurs when so much water has condensed that the clouds get heavy and the water falls back to the earth in the form of rain, hail, sleet, or snow. Sleet is a mixture of rain and snow. So it can come in any of the form. It can come in the form of rain, it can come in the form of hail, or it can come in form of snow. And we have discussed it previously also, the difference between the hailstone and snow. Hailstones are formed when the water freezes. Sometimes water freezes inside the clouds also. So then it will precipitate as a hailstone. But if the water freezes in the atmosphere, then it will come down as a snow. Sleet is a mixture of snow and water that we term as sleet. Here you can see how the precipitation happens. It's actually rain will come down as a water. And then the fourth stage is collection. This is when the water that falls from the clouds as rain, snow, hail or sleet collects in the ocean, rivers, lakes or streams. Most will soak into the ground and will collect as underground water, and then we can reuse that. This continuous movement of the water keep the water clean, and it make it available to the different parts of the world, and also keep the level of the underground water to a certain level. Here in this diagram you can see how the collection is done a different way. And here we can summarize all what we have taken right now. This is the complete summary of the water cycle in front of you. Four stages: evaporation. After evaporation will be condensation, and the condensation, after condensation will be precipitation, and then will be collection of the water. And this cycle goes on. It, that's why we call it as water is moving between the earth and atmosphere. That's why we call it water cycle. So hopefully you understand the lesson. Next lesson, see you with a new topic.